Welcome back to A Fresh Story, the podcast where we have conversations about brave decisions to start over again. I'm Jenny.
And I'm Olivia, and we're so glad you're here today. Hello, sister. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm kind of in like a UPS nightmare right now, but other than that, I'm okay. Hopefully by the time this airs, it will be resolved.
UPS, uh-oh.
UPS. Uh-oh, PS.
Uh-oh, PS. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's really hard. It turns out moving to a foreign country, it's not easy, and they're really strict about how many suitcases you bring on a plane. So you got to ship some stuff. And then you got to hope that UPS doesn't assign it a second tracking number that kind of confuses everything. That's how I am. How are you?
I'm okay. It's Monday morning, and
sun is shining in your face.
Sun is shining in my face. We just finished up season 4 of the podcast, which is crazy. Do you know we have been podcasting for a whole year?
Yeah, it feels like longer.
It does. And you know what's crazy is that the podcast, more than like anything we've done, has brought in more to our world than anything, right?
Just amazing people.
The people and opportunities, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
that's true.
Our book came from the podcast.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
again, by the time you hear this, that proposal is
done.
Literary agents.
Done. Because Olivia is really finding it hard to write with ADD.
It's tough. It turns out writing a book, not for the faint of heart, even 2 chapters.
Yeah.
It's tough, but we're working our way through it. It's interesting to see how our ever-evolving process of working together extends to these other things. Because we tend to be a little bit siloed. We call things and we're like, I'll take this, I'll take that. Olivia produces the podcast and I do a lot of the back end stuff, and
Jenny works. I don't know what you do, but you work 24 hours a day. You work constantly. Yeah. Well, we have a lot going on right now. We have we launched a new networking group for female founders because that's something that we had found ourselves in that world of we dabbled in the investment world, and we realized that it's horrible, and so we left.
I don't know. Did we talk about that episode? I think we did. We talked about that episode that we recorded and never released.
We recorded an episode that was really angry, and then we never released it.
I can listen to it. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, I have it somewhere saved.
We had ventured with our sweet dear friend Matt, who believes in us so much.
And is a fresh starts expert, yeah.
And he is a fresh starts expert. He's a business coach. Into the world of investment capital, thinking maybe we could get some investment in fresh starts to help grow it a little bit faster. And it was really awful. If you are at all aware of rejection or people not answering you or ghosting you or sending out emails and getting no response, it's going to be tough for you. But on top of that, what we were faced with was a 98% wall because female founders get less than 2% of investment. Mm-hmm. And that's, by the way, it's even less for minority female founders.
Way less.
And we're, I guess, privileged in that way where we're 2 white ladies, but we could not get anyone to even talk to us,
And when we did, it was disrespectful.
It was super disrespectful, yeah. One potential investor, one discounted what we were doing in the space and said somebody would do it. And we said, well, we're doing it.
Yep.
And then he called Olivia Oliver and never apologized for it.
No, it canceled multiple times. And you know what? I've been thinking about this a lot, too, is that and I hate to say this, but even the women VCs were not helpful. And I had a lot of women VCs who would be like, sure, give me your info, I'll pass it on, and then never did, right?
Yeah.
And that's a whole other topic. But what we have found is our passion is making sure people don't feel alone.
Yeah.
And so after, we did stay, I would say, in the community of founders because we did love the people we met who were amazing founders.
Yep.
And so we decided that being a female founder is so isolating and it just the misogyny and disrespect,
and it's a whole new glossary of terms that you don't understand and nobody wants to explain to you and just wants.
I still don't understand it.
You don't. By the way, no. And it's in the end we realize it's not for us. We don't collect data on our freshies So we don't have data to sell, and that's what a lot of investment.
And we don't have an exit plan. We're not leaving this baby.
We don't want an exit plan, and we're also we want to grow this thing in a really, really functional way.
And holistic.
And holistic and functional. We don't want to overinflate too quickly and bloat and then have to crash.
And we also don't want to give up our company.
Well, yeah,
we've seen some
part of it too.
Horror stories from our female founder friends about their companies shutting because of all sorts of things. So anyway, long story short, we launched.
What's important to us is to continue the conversation, keep it going, even if we're not directly going to be looking for investment capital. We're very interested in female founders getting more capital. We came from a family that our grandfather had a really big dining room table.
I don't know where that was going.
I know. I
thought you were going to say law firm, actually. I didn't know what dining room table is true. You got giant dining room table.
6 kids and all these grandkids. And we were always of the belief that, like, you can sit with us. And if there's not enough seats at the table, bring some more over. And if the table's not big enough, let's build a bigger table. So in an effort to build a bigger table, Olivia tweeted something. What did you tweet, Miss March?
I said I was going to start a club called the Less Than 2% Founders Club, Female Founders Club. Yeah. Less than 2%, meaning that female founders get less than 2%.
Yeah. And so now we are having a monthly networking call.
Well, it started as a tweet. That was I didn't really mean it. That's most things I do.
I didn't know if you wanted to say that.
I didn't really mean it. I just kind of was saying every time I get into the VC space on Twitter, my blood pressure goes way up. It's not healthy for me. I'm going to be honest. As somebody with heart problems. But I am so passionate about making sure women get heard and seen. And so I tweeted this thing as a joke. It went viral. I had hundreds of people DM me on LinkedIn and said, "Where's the sign up for this group?"
Yeah.
And so 7 o'clock in the morning, one morning, I said to Jenny, I think I made upsies. And so P.S. And so by 12 that day, we had launched. If anybody's wondering how quick we move, it's really Jenny. Jenny did everything, but we launched.
Olivia said, I get myself into these situations, and I said, I don't prevent you. I'm an enabler of her being overworked. I said, but listen, this is mostly my work and not your work, because it's mostly like setting up, back end workflows and stuff like that. And so our first one is meeting on November 27th. Is that right?
Yeah.
And if you are a female founder in the startup space and you just need to talk and you want to connect with other female
and feel safe. I really want people to feel safe.
Yeah, not feel judged, not feel like we're laughing at you because we don't know the terms, because we also don't know the terms. But you're looking to connect. You're looking to maybe meet other people that have been through it. You're looking for someone to look at your pitch deck. Come, tell us what you do. Come with an ask. And we have nothing to give but our time and our energy and our ears, which honestly is a lot. But we want to talk to you. We want to hang out with you. We want to build a network of amazing female founders that are doing great things. And we just love meeting people that are excited about what they're doing.
We do. Speaking of that, the season, I think, goes perfectly in line with that. So, we did season 4 of the podcast, which we talked about, which was focused on pregnancy and infant loss awareness, which was a profound season. We had so much feedback, beautiful feedback and messages and stories and people sharing. And we just have so much gratitude towards the women that shared all of that in season 4. And we highly recommend checking out the entire season. If you can't listen to that season, check out just the last episode of season 4, episode 10, which is how to support somebody going through pregnancy and infant loss, because that, I think, is really important. We all know somebody that has either miscarried or lost an infant or a pregnancy, and so definitely take a listen to that. We wanted to end the year with a way to really highlight some women that we have talked to who are making waves. And so we are focusing in season 5, which is our last season for 2023, on women who are using their voice to make change in this world. And I'm so excited about this season. I just want to do a quick little rundown of who we talked to, because I don't think, I mean, when I'm looking at this list in front of us, wow, what a power group of these people. We talked to Lindsay White, who the Little Milk Bar, and first of all, I just love her. I've known her forever, but she's, speaking of female founders who have bootstrapped, she has done this herself, and it's a multi-million-dollar company now.
Yeah.
Creative marketing genius. That episode is amazing. One of our favorite episodes that we did with Cole Katzen, who I randomly picked up Cole's book, What's Eating Us, at the library, like literally randomly. But as anybody who listens to the podcast knows, I will read anything about eating disorders. And read Cole's book, and it changed my life. And I stalked her on Instagram and dragged her onto our show. And we ended up having such a great conversation. She's actually coming back to talk to us again. So that's going to be a fascinating episode. Amanda Monte, who wrote Touched Out, which is about parenthood and motherhood and agency and body autonomy. So important. Such a hot topic right now. Nikki Pebbles.
Spitfire.
We love Nikki. We love Nikki. We recorded that a while ago, and we saved it for the season because we wanted Nikki's voice to be a great one to end the year with. Liz Brunner, who we talked to all about career changes and taking big risks on yourself. Absolutely love that episode. Rebecca Lee, who is a good friend of ours, we were on her podcast and talked again about career and finding yourself. We talked to Minna Dubin, who wrote Mom Rage, which that is a great conversation,
which I realize is not.
That's okay. That was a great conversation. Our friend Jane Kramer, we talked about music, and I mean
that was fun because Jane's one of Olivia's really close friends, but she and I had never talked, so I got to get to know her in this really beautiful, intimate way.
Yeah, Catherine Janisic, who we love, and talked about, again, she helps people find their voice and use their voice.
Yeah.
Becca Murray, who you were super excited to talk to. We love Becca.
She was amazing. Meet your idols is all I have to say. I'm actually wearing bare buns like Becca right now. She was just wonderful. She's all about positivity. I loved her story. You'll have to listen to the podcast episode, but about her transformation into her herself that she is now, of ditching the hair straightener and body positivity and intuitive eating was sounded like a movie. That would be a great movie. I think that was a movie. It feels like it's Eat, Pray, Love. It's wonderful.
Yeah. We talked to Ella Dawson, who I know from Twitter, who is a writer, and we talked about emotional abuse and relationships.
Yeah.
So, sis, we got a lot going on. This is an amazing season.
Yes.
And coming up in January is going to be huge. We're blowing it up. We are launching season 6 starting in January with an amazing season called Everything You Wanted to Know About Divorce But Were Afraid to Ask. Yep. And we are including, how many experts are going to be on that season?
I believe about 25. Yeah.
25 of our Fresh Starts experts are going to be talking through everything you need to set yourself up for success in divorce and beyond. And then we have some beautiful personal narrative stories that will be woven in there. So remember to subscribe, rate, review, reach out, let us know what you think. And as always, we are so grateful for you. Thank you for listening to today's story. We're always here, and we're so proud of you.
A Fresh Story is produced by Fresh Starts Registry, the first and only platform for everything you need to begin again. You can read the show notes and learn more about today's episode at afreshstory.com.